no special equipment needed today. When we get to Yogilates, this class in particular is one where we have all sorts of different skill levels and the ability to do some of these core exercises. And so just know if I'm going too long or just too many reps for your body and you just need a little break, go ahead and take that break and then come right back into it as soon as you can. Also, just make sure nothing feels funky in the body. Sometimes, like if we're doing our legs up and down, sometimes you'll get your hip bones might start clicking. So we don't want to have any bone clicks or anything like that. So you'll just turn your thigh in or out, or you'll lift your legs a little bit higher. There's different little things like that that we'll work on to make sure that our bones and our muscles are safe in our practice today. But with that, I think we're good to get started. We're going to start off just like normal, laying all the way down onto our backs. And as we're laying down, we're giving ourselves a few good deep breaths, helping our body to relax. And so from this easeful place, we're able to start our strengthening exercises without all the additional straining, without all the additional effort. As we move through our class today, as we're working on strength, we're trying to find as much ease as we can get in our bodies, even though we're working strong and hard. We're eventually going to be building up toward the end of class into a series of 7 exercises that we'll do back to back. We'll take a little break and then we'll repeat those 7 exercises a couple of times. So we're starting to warm up our body for those. And so the very first thing that we'll do to help us get started, just start to bring the knees in toward the chest, placing a hand on each knee. Just do nice little knee circles for a moment. We'll be starting off here with very gentle type of bicycles. And this one is largely about helping our muscles start to stretch out, getting into the ability to move at all. And so we start off here with both hands going around the left knee. The hands pull that left knee in. At the same time, the right leg takes a moment to stretch all the way up to the sky. Make sure you stretch it so long that you definitely feel the hamstring for a moment. And then just very slowly start to lower that right leg to hover right above the ground. Once it's there, bring the right knee in. Hands go around the right knee, pulling it in tightly. And then just a slow cycle on the left side. So stretch it up until you feel the hamstring. Slowly lower the leg to hover above the ground. The knee comes in and switch. So we're purposely keeping this extra slow and making sure we feel the stretch each and every time. Just keep on repeating. Hands around one knee, the other one goes straight. It lowers to hover. When it comes in, switch the hands. We'll go 3 more rounds for each side. Already we can feel that the hamstring's getting more and more used to being in the long shape. And we'll take 1 more set to each side. Got our right leg going up. And left leg going up. Beautiful. Both knees come in. And then both legs straighten all the way up to the sky. Flex your feet. Try to keep the legs as straight as possible. but if keeping the feet above the hips is really hard to do with straight legs, you can keep them a little bit bent. That'll make it just slightly easier for the hamstrings because we're still getting into the body. So legs straight up, fingertips behind the ears. And so from here, it's not, we're doing crunches. It's not that we're trying to turn the forehead in toward the knees. Rather think of the chest trying to rise up to the ankles. So rising up to that angle, and then lower back down. Exhale, pulse up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale. Inhale. I like to go slow like this and find a moment of pause at the hardest spot, and then a moment of pause at the bottom. So exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, leave the legs up. The arms stretch up overhead. Hands are touching together like prayer position. Arms are up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. We rise up and we touch both the arms to the outside of one of the thighs. And then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, second side, touching the forearms to the outer thigh. And inhale back down. This one incorporates a little bit more of the obliques. Let's go 5 more rounds to each side. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Good. Allowing the knees to bend, plant the feet, and let's heel toe the feet out as wide as the mat. The knees knock in toward one another, allowing there to be just a little bit of internal rotation in the thighs. Getting that slight stretch through that direction. And just take a few good breaths. Let the neck have this good chance to be long on the ground. So that means tuck the chin in just a little bit so the back of the head, the back of the neck lengthens. I think I heard something with audio again, so if there's anybody who just recently came on, make sure your mic is off. Just while we're taking this nice little break. Let's just take 3 more breaths. And then after that 3rd breath, start to heel toe the feet back to be in parallel position. So feet are in line with the glutes, the knees are in line with the glutes. With the knees, you can either keep them squeezing inward, that's safe for the knees, or keep them in line with the hips. You just want to make sure that you're not letting them splay open, especially as we're going to take bridge pose here. And so we rest the hands onto the ground, and then with our inhales, roll the hips up, rise up 1 vertebrae at a time, a nice high shape. Exhale, roll back down 1 vertebrae at a time. So inhales, rise. Exhales, lower. You'll notice I talk about the breath so much in Yogilates. This is, when we're doing strength-based stuff, it's so key to keep our body moving with the breath, because that keeps our lungs flushing out that carbon dioxide, making the muscles oxygen rich. That's what gives us the energy. Also, it's just healthier for us to start learning to really form those habits of connecting breath to movement over and over. Just Yogilates is such a simple way to do it. Let's take 3 more of these. 3, 2, and on this last one, stay lifted. If you have the ability to clasp hands under your back, clasp them, even walking shoulders under to lift into a nice high dome shape. And then from here, bring the left foot to a nice centered spot, center of the mat. That way we could lift the right knee up and you'll still be in balance with the hips. So with that left foot in place, the right knee comes in for the nose and barely set the toes down. Trying to repeat 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set this foot down, reset the hips high. We're going to go right into the second side. Left knee lifts and lowers. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the foot down, reset the hips high. We're holding 3 more breaths. Keep the inner thigh squeezing together. Another huge inhale. Release the hands, release the shoulders. Exhale, roll down. Great, bring the knees back into the chest. Place a hand on each knee. Do a few more knee circles. Going back to a movement similar to how we started, we're just going to reverse it. So both hands go around left knee. You pull that one in. Instead of the leg going straight up to the sky first, we hover the foot above the ground, long leg. Keep the leg locked straight as we start to lift it up above us, using the muscles to bring it as close in as you can. And then bend that knee, hands go around the right side. Left leg extends out to hover above the ground. Slowly lift it all the way up over your body. Pull it in as much as you can muscularly. And bend. Repeating that one. Extending out to hover. Lifting. And bending. Let's take 3 more to each side. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Good. Hands back around the knees, rock around on that low back. With the hamstrings starting to feel pretty long, here we're going to play with that length, helping it even more. Extend the right leg straight up to the sky. Hands can go around the back of the calf or the ankles, even thigh, whatever you can reach. Left leg hovers above the ground. And so then we do a scissor switch. So with our exhale, we let go of the hands, both legs switch. We grab onto left and pull it in for a little tug. Nice and slow. Exhale, pull it in for a tug. Exhale, switch. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending the knees, open the arms out to left and right. Take a nice little twist, knees going to left. That scissor switching that we were just doing, the next pose that we're gonna do, we're gonna increase the difficulty. But know that if the next level is a little bit too much for your body, just go back to this first level where you're holding on with your hands the whole time. Lifting the knees up, take the nice twist, go over to the second side. Okay. Return the hips down onto the mat. Right leg goes up to the sky. Left leg hovers. This second option, we don't use hands. Hands stay hovering off our side. So just the muscular effort switches the legs. Again, if this is a little bit too much, join your hands back up to hold on to the legs each time. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab onto whichever leg is upward and just hold on for a few extra breaths with a nice stretch. Dropping this leg down, take the second leg up for that same stretch. Okay, adding one more level of difficulty here. Again, if you just want to do the first version with hands, or the second version, just staying straight with the legs doing the scissor switches, that's fine. If you're adding in this third level, with one leg up, the other leg hovering, we bring the arms up overhead, and then we exhale, touching the arms to the outer part of the thigh. Inhale, return back, switch the legs. Exhale, second side. Arms touch the outer thigh. Inhale up, switch the legs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Because we've got the arms going, we're activating a lot of the upper abdominal muscles. And because we've got the legs going, we're incorporating the lower abdominals as well. So a nice strong overall rectus abdominis movement, even with a little bit of oblique action going on. So exhale, exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Plant the feet and just let the knees fall left and the knees fall right. Windshield wipers, catch your breath. It's movements like that that make us sore the next day after Yogilates. So definitely let me know if you're sore from this. I love to hear that. I'm like, yes, we got us good. The next time the knees are over to the left, just let them stay. We're taking a few extra breaths. If this feels good for that inner rotation of the right leg, that's great. Or you can take left ankle and rest it on that right knee for a slightly deeper right internal rotation. Release the ankle. Both knees flip over to the right. Perhaps right ankle rises up to rest on that left thigh. That's my favorite part of Yogilates is you're warming your muscles up so much that your body is so ready to just take these nice yoga stretch breaks. Okay, when you release the right ankle down, just take 2 or 3 more windshield wipers, both knees left, both knees right. Okay. From here, the next pose is a bit of a challenge. It's really good for working some of those deep abdominal muscles as well. If you can't do the full thing with your hips lifting, don't worry about that. Just work on the leg part of it, and that'll work your rectus abdominis with where you're at already. So hands will end up on the floor next to the hips. The legs go straight, and the way that you catch a little bit of momentum to lift the hips up is that the legs come toward you, and then as soon as they come toward you, you lift up, and then relax back down. So this is called the jackknife. And so bring the legs toward you, lift the hips up, and then return back down. A huge exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure you're rolling down gently. That uses the core as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let the legs just extend long back down to the ground. And take a break, stretching the arms up overhead as well. We are allowing low back to arch for this because that's what helps pull the abdominal muscles into a nice stretch. From here, let's rise, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time to stretch over our toes, and then roll back down 1 vertebrae at a time, coming back to the starting spot. We're taking 5 sets. Exhale, rise up. Try to use less momentum, more slow, controlled muscular effort. Try to reach past the toes, and then roll back down 1 vertebrae at a time. 4, 3, 2, and this next time you come up, just stay in the stretch over the legs. As we start to rise up, let's balance in boat pose. Using hands is the easier version, floating without hands is the harder version. We extend the toes away and lower the back down just a little bit. Exhale, return back to the boat pose. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cobbler's pose, you earned it. Let your thighs open, lift up your spine tall, tilt forward, and then just melt your spine into a nice relaxed stretching shape. Okay, let's rise up. Now I promised you at the beginning we'd build up to those 7 poses we're doing back to back before we get a nice break. And so here is where it's time for that. We're going to repeat a couple of rounds of it eventually. And so this first one will be a little bit slower just to help us get the poses set up. And then when we do some repetitions of those seven exercises, we'll be able to go a little bit faster, go straight into the exercise. And so we start off with an elbow plank. On our elbow plank, we're going to slowly rock forward and backward as if our head is a battering ram. If the full plank is a little bit too much for your body, you can go down onto your knees instead and just like gently rock forward and backward with your hips. Okay? So setting up your elbow plank, lift up the knees if you possibly can, and then rocking forward and backward on the toes. Head goes forward 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then drop down onto one of your hips. We're setting up for hip lifts. And so our top hand is resting in front of us, and we're dropped down onto one of our elbows. And from here, the hips will lift up and down 10 times. So when you're ready, take a huge inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up 10. If this is too hard, just keep the knees down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing your legs around the other way. To the second side plank. You've got your elbow set up, you've got your top hand firmly grounded. You're taking your inhale, exhale, lift. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come onto your back, plant your feet. We're going for 10 crunches. These are nice and slow. And for these crunches, what we're doing is just placing our hands onto our thighs. With our exhale, we slide our hands up toward the knees. Inhale, lower back down. 9, 8, 7. Really feel yourself hold at the highest spot for a good pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into the next exercise, bicycles. The hands hover at our sides. This one, rather than using hands as we've been doing, we just float the legs. So one knee comes in, the other leg circles up to the sky, lowers down, and comes in. 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Plant the left foot, the right ankle comes up onto that left thigh. Left fingertips go behind the ear, the right arm is off to the right, and we try to crunch the left elbow up to try to touch that right knee and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your thighs out. Right fingertips behind the ear. Coming up 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're almost there. We've got 2 last things in this round. So come down onto your belly. The first half is about the upper body lifting and lowering. The lower body is still. And then the second half will be about the lower body lifting. So we start off that first half, the legs stay heavy on the ground. Hands hover right underneath our shoulders. And then we lift the shoulders and the upper back as high off the ground as we can with an inhale. So inhale, lift, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, the hands come to stack. The forehead rests down onto the hands, and so that the legs can lift as high as they can. This is our final 10 through this round. So when you're ready, lifting the legs up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. 1. 2, 1. Good. Slide the elbows underneath the shoulders for a nice Sphinx pose. With this, the hands plant, and we try to imagine dragging the hands toward the body, but the hands don't actually move. Instead, the heart is brought forward and through, and the abdominal muscles stretch so nicely. Remember, we're not hiking shoulder up to ears, we're pressing the neck long. The left hand is going to swivel in to prop up the upper body. Right hand reaches back for right toes. Once you've got that grip, try to pull the toes in for a nice quad stretch. Okay, when you release that side, switch the legs out, pulling the left foot in for the quad stretch. Okay, pull both hands underneath you. Take a few nice breaths to a child pose, stretching the body long. And then when we walk back up, we're going to take a second round of all of that. And so we start off with the elbow plank. Our forearms are set up. We're on our knees or lifting knees up. When you're ready, rocking head forward, battering ram, going forward 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop down to knees, lower onto one hip. Your elbow is down, top hand planted. Take an inhale, exhale, hips lift, and lower. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swing the legs around, second side. You're all set up. Take an inhale, exhale, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come onto our backs. Plant the feet. Hands are on the thighs, taking our crunches. Exhale, slow, controlled rise up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bicycles. Head can rest down. Hands hover. One knee comes in and circles out. That's 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, drop the left foot down, right ankle up, left hand behind the ear, take that left elbow up to the right knee. Exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch the legs out. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Swing down onto our bellies. Legs are heavy. Hands hover an inch above the ground. Upper body lifts, rising up. Inhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Create a little pillow for your forehead. And then our legs are going to lift up and down. Going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're gonna head into a shoulder stretch from here. So the right arm is going to form a cactus shape. So the elbow goes straight out and then the forearm goes straight up. So a nice cactus shape, a 90-degree angle. With the right arm off to that side, your right cheek goes down. Your left hand rests under the left shoulder, and then you press into that left hand to help the shoulders and the hips lift up so that your right shoulder gets the stretch. So some people can stack the hips, some people are not quite that far. If you can easily stack the hips, maybe you're rotating and planting that top leg. So just find the appropriate depth for your shoulder. We're taking another 4 deep, slow breaths. Return the hips back down. To switch it out, the left arm has that cactus shape. So the upper arm goes straight out from the body. The forearm goes straight up. The left cheek is down. The right hand plants under the right shoulder. And that's the hand that we press into. So maybe we just start lifting the shoulders up. Maybe the hips stack. Maybe the top leg rotates and cuts behind us. See if you can slow down the breath another 4 cycles. And returning back down onto our hips. Press up. Take another child pose, sitting the hips all the way back. We'll take some beautiful stretches as we're cooling down our body. After all of our work, we did a lot of good and hard stuff today. So what I'd like us to do is rise up to a kneeling position and step the right foot forward. And from here, we're going to either sink the hips forward or sink the hips forward and also bring the hands up to the thighs, pushing forward as deep as we possibly can. From here, bring the hips over the back knee. The front leg goes straight. Dropping the hands down, we get a nice hamstring stretch. If you can continue to bring the torso closer down to the thigh, take another 3 or 4 breaths there. Bring this right knee all the way down. Step the left foot forward. Same option, so either just sink the hips forward, hands rest down, or we come all the way up, hands to the thighs, and continue to press the hips forward. All those leg lifts that we did earlier, that uses these psoas muscles that we're stretching right now. Go over the back knee, front leg straightens out, and we drop the hands down. Continuing to melt the torso down to the thighs. Just make sure that we don't allow the leg to bend. Any bend actually takes the stretch out of the hamstring. Okay, as we take this leg up from underneath us, let's come all the way down to a seated position, opening the legs out wide. From here, take a brief moment inhaling, using your abdominal muscles and the back muscles to lift up tall. Exhale, use just your core strength to twist you over to the right leg. Take the left pinky finger and try to exhale, reach that pinky finger toward the pinky toe. Grab on, whether you're actually on the foot or onto the calf, and just stay for a few extra breaths in this long stretch. Peeking over at left toes, make sure they're still pointing upward. If they're not collapsed forward or backward, they're right up. Inhale, back up nice and tall. Exhale, begin to muscularly rotate your torso toward the left leg. And then take that right pinky finger, trying to saw off the left pinky toe. Grab on, drop the back hand down, and just enjoy the stretch. Okay, rise up. Back out to that wide shape. Drop both hands down in front of you, keeping the spine long. And begin to walk the hands forward. Gradually work your way back up. Swing both legs around toward the top of your mat. And we're going to roll all the way down onto our backs. One vertebrae touching down at a time. Once we're down on our back, you can take a last stretch or two. Maybe this is just a simple twist. Both knees going to the left, both knees going to the right. Maybe you're taking a happy baby pose or any other stretches that you'd like to take as this final little gift to our body today. So any variations, any movements, anything at all that just feels like it brings the body into a good state of completion. You're going to take another 30 seconds or so to continue to explore, to give our body this beautiful last gift. And if you find yourself in a very happy space and you're ready to finish, coming into your Shavasana, at that point, whenever that is, sooner or later, you'll make your way down onto your back, finding the beautiful open position of surrender so that our muscles can just relax and we can breathe into our body for these next few minutes together. Breathe and relax, asking your body, is there anything else that I can release? Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Starting to introduce little tiny movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually rolling over to a nice fetal position on one side. Taking 2 or 3 more good relaxing breaths until you're ready to rise up to a comfortable seated place. Eventually pressing our way all the way up. As hands join together in front of our hearts, we consider our internal strength. Sometimes we surprise ourselves, reaching down and experiencing a greater strength than we thought was possible, something greater than we've done previously, or at least in quite some time. And so today we've found our strength, we've acknowledged it, and this is the strength that will continue to carry forward into the rest of this beautiful day. So with this to help lead us onward, let's wrap up this beautiful time we got to share together with the sound of Om. Inhaling together now. Om. May we continue to be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.